Welcome back to the Ohio Podcast Show, where we cry after having sex, and we only do it missionary style. I'm the delicious Nicolicious. I'm here with the ever so sensual and sexual.
I'm Rob Dog. Hey, guys. Happy post-Easter weekend.
Happy Zombie Day.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day.
Did you celebrate Easter?
By sitting on the couch and eating a lot of food. That's pretty much all I did.
Whacking it.
Yeah.
Not doing any research.
Quacking off.
Just like me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard to find time to do it this weekend. It really was. Busy.
We both had to cram our research in right at the end this week. So if it really sucks this week,
blame Jesus.
But here's the good thing for you guys. Every time we're like, this is gonna suck, it usually does suck, but it usually comes out okay.
Yeah.
The ones we hate the most are the ones that come out the best.
We try to do best even with the shitty oones.
And we're trying to honor our fallen comrade this week, Lorraine Warren. This is kind of a tribute to her. And
it is.
Ed and Lorraine. I know we've
had our differences.
We have. I kind of side more with Lorraine. I think Ed's more of the scumbag. I wouldn't say a scumbag. I think he was trying to do what any person would do.
He's trying to take advantage of the situation.
If you could make a living pretending to fucking see ghosts, I would do it. Why not?
Right.
That's wild, man.
It works for a lot of people.
It works for a lot of people. Zach Baggins, if you're listening, buddy, go fuck yourself. I bet he's a nice guy.
No, yeah, he's probably a nice guy.
Really nice biceps.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He works out.
Tiny penis. Let's check in with our new Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, let's do that.
Tell them about the first one, Rob Dog.
First one we got is Sandra Wild. Thank you. I'm assuming that's Wild.
Is wild.
Yeah, she is.
Right. Next is Hagmatic. Hagmatic, he wrote us in the middle of the night. He said, I'm fucking tore the fuck up drunk. How do I pledge money on Patreon? I'm like, this guy. I woke up and I read it.
Just give me your routing number, buddy.
And I didn't write him back. And then I saw later on we had like an astronomical pledge, a life-changing amount of money. I'm like, oh my God, we're retiring. This is right when he was asking me the questions. And then flash forward a few hours and he changed it to $1. I'm like, right on, buddy. Well, I want to drink what the fuck he was drinking. That's all right. We're thankful for a penny. We're thankful for $5, whatever you want to give us.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Next, we got Christopher Garrow.
That's Gay Arrow.
Gay Arrow. There you go.
That's how he likes it pronounced. He's in the Butt Chuggers Anonymous. If you'd like to join Butt Chuggers Anonymous.
Once I said that, I remember it's Gay Arrow.
It's Gay Arrow.
Yeah.
The password is Bill Wilkins. Go check that out.
Yeah.
Next, we have Wes Shell. It's Wes's 30th birthday coming up, Rob Dog. His wife wrote us and said, hey,
it's all downhill from there, man.
Keep this on the down low. It's his 30th, but I don't listen to you guys. I think you fucking suck, but can you tell my husband happy birthday? I said, we'll do one better than that. We'll come to your house. We'll
fuck your dog.
We'll fuck him and the dog. I mean, we'll play with the dog.
Okay.
We'll fuck your husband. Rob will do it. I'm a hype man. I'm a fluffer. I'm what they call a fluffer.
Get it.
I'm not quite handsome enough to be on camera, but I can do some really nasty stuff.
It's true.
So, Wes, we're coming for you, buddy. Happy 30th birthday.
Happy 30th birthday. Next, you have Bethany. Thank you, Bethany.
Oh, thanks, Beth. And next, after that, we have Taylor Bishop. Taylor, thank you so much for your Patreon pledge.
Jack Secondy.
Secundy's nuts.
Secundy's nuts.
If you would like to have a shout out at the beginning of the Brohio podcast, go to patreon.com/Brohio podcast.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
We have the $5 club, which gives you access to our live shows. It gives you access to our bonus content of Bro Talk. We also have the $1 tier where you can get a shout out. I also we make a lot of the stuff available to the $1 people because we're not stingy fucking bastards. On to the article for this week.
Okay.
This one, I included the pictures, Rob Dog. This was spread around like wildfire this week, but we're going to use it anyways.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice.
It says, sexual preferences are many and varied. Some people might like bondage. Others like sniffing women's underwear. It's all part of this rich tapestry we call life. How do you like sniffing women's underwear?
Not a fan, but I don't kink shame.
Every time I get a pair of a good pair of underwear to smell, it happens. They've shit in them, and it's fucking awful, and I don't like it. I think I told a story a few weeks ago about sniffing some panties, and they stunk.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one.
You gotta hold that beaver underwater and scrub it till it doesn't stink anymore.
Yep.
You gotta take care of it. And if it ever there was a product to celebrate that fact, it's surely Silicone Wives' latest creation, realistic feet with vaginas. Measuring an impressive 23 centimeters long, the lifelike appendages will set you back a hefty $199.
Whew.
And according to their makers, look and feel just like real feet.
With vaginas.
It gets better. Silicone Wives, which specializes in luxury sex dolls, said the realistic silicone feet with vaginas are perfect for the feet lovers out there that still want a traditional sex toy experience. Quote,
Okay.
This product is handcrafted with premium medical-grade silicone to provide an ultra-realistic sex experience. The feet are highly detailed to look and feel just like real feet.
The picture does it the most justice, because it doesn't even look like a vagina. It looks like they made it, but there was a bunch of excess silicone up top that they forgot to trim off.
It looks like that little tail at the top of a jar of peanut butter.
It does.
The feet, the post on their site also points out many of the product's key features, such as its anti-fouling material. You can jerk off into it as many times as you want. It doesn't even stink, bro.
It won't even curdle.
And medical-grade silicone. And they seem to have gone down a storm with those lucky enough to have purchased a pair. One customer wrote, yes, we have some reviews here. And I actually spoke to these fellows, so I know exactly what their voices sound like. I'll tell you right now that the vagina part of these feet isn't very deep, but I doubt that's the reason why anyone would buy these. The feet are perfect, however. The pictures don't do them justice. I would absolutely recommend anyone who is even thinking about buying these.
Oh my gosh,
the best
it's so
part
good.
about these feet are like a foot long. No pun intended. They're like a foot long. It's a foot with
they're so
5 inches of ankle.
It's so stupid.
And you're wondering, what does a foot with a vagina look like? It looks like a foot that a zombie bit off. And then the vagina is at the stump. It's not by the toes.
No.
And if I was a foot fetish man, I think I would want the vagina and the toes. Because I think that's what foot fetish people do, is they fuck the toes.
Okay.
They
just open them up.
They're like, hey, have you ever given a guy a foot job before? Because I'd really like one of those things real quick. But these medical grade, anti-fouling substance that these
medical grade. I love it.
They've cut the vagina at the stump of the foot.
That's
so the toenails can look you in the face right as you're just fleshlighting the fuck out of it.
That's one of those things where you have post-cum regret afterwards.
Yeah, why did I do this?
What's wrong with
every time you jerk off to midget porn, you're like,
yeah,
I could have picked something a lot bigger than this. And then there's another review here. Says, I bought these in the mail and they came a little slow, but once they finally arrived, I was astounded. They are so sexy and soft to the touch. They really fill me with hope.
Oh, God.
I highly recommend these to anybody who is a foot lover like me. However, if feet aren't your thing, fear not. Silicone Wives has plenty of other sexy products to offer to help spice up your love life. How about the half-sex doll with legs, ass, and feet?
All right.
According to the website, the silicone half-sex doll with legs, ass, and feet is perfect for our leg and feet lovers out there. This product is handcrafted with premium medical-grade silicone to provide an ultra-realistic sex experience. The sex doll has a metal skeleton that can hold many different positions.
Holy shit.
Bend over and shut the fuck up. And as well as a standard anti-fouling material. The firm promises that the openings are made to feel exactly like a real woman. And I have a pretty good feeling if you're fucking a rubber foot, you have no idea what a real woman feels like.
Right,
so
yeah.
it's not gonna matter anyways.
They're kind of tooting their own horn on that one.
Exactly. Obviously, purchasing any kind of sex toy can be a fairly embarrassing prospect. So Silicone Wives also promises that its products are sent in discreet, unmarked packaging.
I was hoping it was like a Barbie doll package where it just got the cardboard on the back, but then it's got the see-through thing on the front.
It just comes it doesn't even come in. It just has a red slipper on it when it comes in the mail. The fucking
with the bow over the vagina,
stinky smashed pussy hanging on the top of it. These things are, and we just
they're hideous.
Completely did a promo for the Silicone Wives. So
yeah, we did.
If
$200, man,
if you buy a silicone foot from Silicone Wives, send them an email and tell them you heard about their rubber foot fuckers from the Brahio podcast.
Rubber foot fuckers.
Maybe they'll kick us some money. And the one guy, he complained about the slow shipping. So I wonder if they just ship these by foot, or if it's so stupid. And we're really needing your iTunes reviews this week, guys.
Oh my gosh, it's been rough.
We're pressing on to 2,000. We got some 1-stars this week. Apparently, people don't like us.
It's okay.
We're brash. One person said unintelligent. I think
That's pretty accurate.
idiots. Leave us a review on iTunes. That helps us out a lot. Also, if you would like to send pictures of your dick and balls to Rob on Snapchat, we have a Snapchat.
Send them away, boys.
At Brohio Podcast. Rob manages the Snapchat. I'm on the Twitter. The Twitter is very anemic. We don't have a lot of followers on Twitter, so hit us up on Twitter at Brohio Podcast. I'll be happy to exchange 2-sentence exchanges. That's how Twitter is.
We're still getting used to it.
I like Twitter because I can't. Sometimes we'll open up an email and it's like 9 pages long,
right?
And it's a person telling us that they fell and hit their head as a child and they see dead dogs for the rest of their life, and we're like, man, that was a waste of fucking time.
Thank you.
But then we appreciate all the correspondences we get from everybody, and we try and respond as quickly as possible. But then Twitter, it's like, hey, you guys are fucking awesome. I'm like, thanks, man.
Those are easy to respond to.
Yeah. And you usually get a pretty timely response on Twitter. The email, it gets fucking wrecked every week.
Yeah, I sit there all day and just see him flow through.
It's fun.
It's a fun problem to have.
Next, we have our live show. We have 2 live shows coming up. The first one's Hillbilly Horror Stories, Mysterious Circumstances with Justin Rimjob, Saturday, June 22nd, 2019 at 7 p.m. This is going to be at Gina's Grill in the Moose Lodge.
Gina's Grill.
If you've already purchased tickets to this event, the location was changed because Scotty's Brew House
that's right.
went out of business because they're fucking mismanaging the poor shitheads. I don't know anything about Scotty's Brew House.
Yes, so do not try to go to Scotty's Brew House because we will not be there.
No, we're going to be at Gina's Grill in the Moose Lodge at 755 East 16th Street in Indianapolis, Indiana. The next one, tell them about the next one, Rob Dog.
Next one, we got History Goes Bump, Hillbilly Horror Stories, and Us. And this is October 5th. 2019, 7 p.m. This is our this is going to be a fun show, West Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is at Caitlin's Lighthouse Pub and Grill, 64 White Ridge Road. It's going to be a good one.
Home of the Mothman.
I've never been to West Virginia, so I'm excited.
Come out to what you boys do the podcast tonight. I brought my sister, and I brought my sister and I brought my wife. Oh, where's your wife? Well, it's my sister and my wife. They're both right here. They're the same person. We both love Brohio.
That sounds like pretty much the majority of our listeners.
We like it when you talk about sucking each other's wieners.
It's so relatable.
So do we. And like we said, this episode is kind of
in memory
of Ed. Well, not Ed. Old Fast Eddie. It's not for him. This is for Lorraine Warren. She passed away on April 18th this week at the age of 92.
She had a good run.
92, you got to chalk that up as a win. People are sad that you're gone, but you got to celebrate the life they had. I think she lived a long, fruitful life.
I would say so.
I think she achieved a lot of good things.
Yeah.
I think Ed may have perpetuated a lot of sketchy situations, but I think in the end, I think she had good things, in her heart.
Yeah, you messaged me earlier about this, like, 'cause I woke up and then I think I'd already had a text from you about it, or I'd started working and wasn't paying attention, and you said something about it, and I was like, we can finally pull Annabelle's yarn. It's about fucking time.
We can finally pull Annabelle's yarn.
Yeah, do we know what's happening to all this stuff?
Well, there's the son-in-law, Tony Sparrow, which I have a quote from him right here. He kind of still runs everything, I think. So
gotcha.
It's definitely, it's not going to die. It's going to go on, all that stuff.
I figured.
This is a quote from Tony Sparrow, her son-in-law. It says, "It is with deep sadness that I must announce that Lorraine Warren has passed away. She died peacefully in her sleep at home last night. The family requests that you respect their privacy at this time. Lorraine touched many lives was loved by so many. She was a remarkable, loving, compassionate, and giving soul. To quote Will Rogers, she never met a person she didn't like. She was an avid animal lover and contributed to many animal charities and rescues. She was wonderful and giving to her entire family. May God bless her."
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Lorraine. All right, should we start with the Southend Werewolf or the Smurl Family Haunting?
Smurl. Doesn't matter to me.
All right.
However you want to go.
I'm just going to roll with it. I'm already on the Smurl Family Haunting right here.
Go ahead and roll it.
So we're going to give you 2 stories this week. We haven't done this, and this is like when we first started, we would say, what do you want to talk about this week? And we'd be like, let's talk about black-eyed kids in Athens, Ohio. And we would try and squeeze 2 things in one episode and figured out, hey, we're fucking good at this. We suck. We probably shouldn't do 2 stories.
Yeah, we talked. I think we may have mentioned a couple of these in very limited detail when we ever did Ed and Lorraine.
I don't ever remember talking about the Smurl Family Haunting.
I don't think that. I think we mentioned the werewolf, but I don't think we really talked about it. Ooh, look at that mosquito.
Is that a mosquito in here?
Yeah, that thing's vicious.
God, that thing's gonna give us fucking West Nile and the Bulgarian bubble gut.
Ready to suck all my blood.
This story centers around a demonic haunting that Jack and Janet Smurl alleged inhabited their home from 1974 until 1989. And if any of you have ever read the book The Haunted, which was made available in print in 1986, there was also a made-for-TV movie called The Haunted that was made in 1991. This story kind of circles around both of those.
All right.
And any time, I'll get to it later. But this fucking mosquito's gonna fuck me up.
I'm gonna get it. Damn it.
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
But anytime we deal with demonic hauntings, I kind of go both ways.
Yeah.
Because I'm quick to be like, bullshit.
Right.
But then I'm like, what if these people really were experiencing stuff? You know, how lost and hopeless would you feel going through something like this and just the whole world just being like, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. You know, stick your thumb in doo-doo.
That's kind of like how I feel about my story, too. It's real weird. Like about the Southend.
Okay. I thought you meant like your story. Like,
my life.
I have a story. You just meet a guy in the back of the bar, and he's like, I got a story, man.
It's my story's even sadder.
And I have this weird thing now where this has pretty much been most of my life. I'm a really good judge of character.
Right.
And when someone walks up to me, I can tell by the look in their eye how badly they want to talk about something. It's a fucking gift that I've been blessed with. So if someone's like walking by and they don't have their eyes up and they don't make eye contact, you can tell, that person don't want to talk to me. Then you have the people that just like walk
right at you,
and they're just like fucking eyes locked for like 6 minutes, and you just try not to look at them because you know they want you to say, "How's your day, Frank?" And then Frank's like, "Oh, I'm so fucking glad you asked me." And this is usually people at your work that you see these people. And you're like, how you doing, Frank? And Frank says, last night I went to Texas Roadhouse and the service was fucking terrible. He's just dying to tell you all about, shit that doesn't matter.
It's like a simple, I've been better would have sufficed.
And I hate when people just want to talk to you about nothing. Like,
yeah.
I care about little, and I don't want to know about you calling out Roto-Rooter because your mom clogged the shitter up. Give her some stool softener so she's not cracking off bedrock rounds into that fucking thing. You'll give her something to help mush it up a little bit.
Oh, man.
I don't think it's a mosquito. I think it's one of those, like, water bug things.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll know tomorrow when we're covered in fucking mosquito bites.
I was just hanging out.
But like I said, this story centers around a demonic haunting that Jack and Janet Smurl, did you get it?
Dead now.
Alleged that inhabited their home from 1974 to 1989. That's a long time. That's 15 years, man.
Yeah.
The parents, the main characters here, are Jack and Janet, but they had 4 daughters. Yeah, that's a lot of Kotex.
That shows you up.
Dawn, Heather, and then there were 2 twins that came along later, Shannon and Karen. That's Karen with a C. She really wants to speak with your manager. Oh, you're going to need to go get your manager. I asked for mild packets in this Taco Bell order, and you fucked that up.
One job.
Sons of bitches. In 1973, the family was devastated by Hurricane Agnes. And Agnes sounds like a condition you get when your asshole itches really bad.
I've had that all day today.
If your name's Agnes, write us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Let us know how miserable your life has been having the first name Agnes.
I don't know if there's any Agneses left. I think they all died out.
I think they had to, but that's what I tell my wife to do. And we're
like
doing,
Dorothy's and Ethels.
And she's doing the fellatio. I'm like, Gagness. I call her Madam Gagness.
It's so classy. It's like a backhanded compliment.
Who are you, Madam Gagness? Shut up.
Whoa.
She's about to come down here and slap the shit out of me. Please don't hit me.
Her ears are burning, she can tell.
But their home was destroyed by floodwaters that come from Hurricane Agnes. This thrust them into a very bad situation. They didn't have a home at this point, so you got to this point, there was only 2 daughters, and then you got Jack and Janet, the parents. They went to live with John and Mary. These are all really old-timey names. John and Mary, that was Jack's parents, and they lived in Pittston, Pennsylvania, at 330 Chase Street in a duplex.
Sounds like a shithole.
But it was a really nice duplex.
Oh, okay.
It was a well-to-do community, middle class, lots of good stuff going on. And I would not personally want to live with my in-laws. I know at one point in a transition period before I moved into this house, I lived with my mom and dad for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure my dad was still tearing it up. Does it sound like someone scored a touchdown down the hallway? A lot of clapping, a lot of hooting and hollering, and I don't know if it was necessarily hands clapping, if you get my drift.
Ooh.
Because us Alexanders, we got big old balls, and they will slap on stuff, and we're getting after it. Big old dangly balls.
They just hang there.
If you want to see my fucking balls, write us an email. broiopodcast@gmail.com. And I'll send you a picture of these big old droopy balls so you can see what it's like. I've got more flesh in my testicles than your grandma does in her dangly neck. Guarantee it. None of this may be true. I don't know.
It's like they're just trying to jump off your body. They're just trying to get away.
Oh, so they put a lot of money into this duplex. Well, into their side of the duplex. They let the other side that his parents are living in, like, yeah, that can remain a fucking dump over there, but we're going to fix our side up for this duplex real fucking nice.
Makes sense.
Duplexes in my eyes. Well, we live in a part of the world because I've gone to, different parts of it. I've gone to L.A., I've been to Seattle, and they got some really nice duplexes.
Mm-hmm.
There's even some nice duplexes here, but
yeah,
for the most part in Dayton, Ohio, if you live in a duplex, you either do heroin or you have really bad credit. That's kind of how that works.
Very true.
There's no in between.
There's really not.
But they were trying to modernize their side of the duplex. They were a Catholic family that was very well respected throughout the community. So they've got the whole religion, faith thing going on for them, And as most demonic infestations start, everything was kind of subtle at first. You got a lot of little nuances, It took about a year, all the way up until January 1974, for all of this stuff to kind of start to take off a little bit. Jack was losing track of many of his tools, including his dick. He had an unmountable dick, and he would take it off when he didn't need the dick. When he needed the dick to give it to Janet, he would mount it back on. But oftentimes he was losing his tool, also his hammers and his screwdrivers, different kind of tools. Rob and I are not, we're not tool people.
Not at all.
A little bit. I know what a screwdriver is, but he was losing all of his shit. There was a stain. There was 2 stains I read about.
Okay.
And anytime I get to research stains, I'm all fucking ears. I'm really excited about that. There's a stain on the carpet, and there were stains on the wall. The stains on the wall, they kept on painting over to try and cover up, but there was also stains on the carpet that came out of nowhere, and they would scrub these stains. They would, trying to get these stains, and they would just keep on coming back. They get the missing tools, the reappearing cum stains. You got a lot of stuff going on. They can't fucking quite work out. Then the Smurl started having I think Smurls is such a weird last name.
It's so weird,
and
yeah.
I'm going to struggle with it the entire episode.
Yeah, it's real weird.
They started having pipe problems. So they would fix these leaky pipes, and no matter what they did, they would resolder them, but these leaky pipes kept on coming back. I've got leaky pipes.
They're just fucking busting the welds right off those pipes.
And I reached a new low in my life this week when I was trying to bend over to get something. It was something that rolled under my seat, so I had to bend down and go under the seat. And I didn't have much room. So I went down once, and I couldn't make it. So I came back up. I'm like, I can't get down there to get that. So then I raised up, like I was getting ready to jump off the diving board, and I went down real hard, And when I went down real hard the second time, a little bit of pee squirted out in my underwear.
Man, getting old is so fucking weird.
And then I come to the crossroad. I'm like, do I trash these underwear? There's a little bit of pee. It wasn't a lot of pee, but do I take these off and put them in my locker at work, or do I just keep on trucking in the pee pants?
Gotta rock them, man.
What do you think I did?
You fucking rocked it.
Yeah, but it stayed wet all day long. And then finally, when I changed at the end of the day, I looked and I peed a lot more than I thought I did. There was a lot of urine. Oh man, it was a lot of pee.
Yeah,
but I survived.
Hey, yeah.
Pee is itchy though.
Right.
Why is that?
It's real weird. I don't know.
Explain that science to me. And then all the health nuts are out there like, why don't you try drinking water, fat ass? Then it won't itch so badly.
I twisted my back taking a shit the other day. That sucked. That's how I knew I was getting old.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and do my business, and I like went to go turn around. And I was like, oh shit, and I couldn't move.
I can't reach I can't reach my ass to wipe anymore.
You gotta have a stick to help you.
Well, what I do is I cover my hand in toilet paper. Yeah. And then I put my hand on the side of the bathtub, and I just sit on my hand, and I just kind of slide off my hand. I do the best I can, trying to get it clean, but it's not working. The Smurls, they're having all kinds of pipe problems. They're pissing on themselves. The leaky pipes, they won't stop. But that was kind of the beginning of the problems. The things around the house started to get a lot more violent. Jack's TV burst into flames.
Oh, shit.
They started unplugging certain appliances, but even still, they were having problems with small fires and electrical issues and smoke. There was a new sink and toilet that was installed in a remodeled bathroom, and I guess they went in the bathroom one day, and it looked like a wild animal had scratched the top of the the top of the toilet and the top of the sink. So, a wild animal got loose in the fucking bathroom.
Hey, when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some turds that I had to kill before. Some stuff that's like, let me out of here. And start trying to crawl up and get out of there. And you're like, no.
Not today, little fella.
That's what we call dragon shits here at the Brohio Podcast. Oh, yeah. If you've ever had a dragon shit before, write us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com. Let us know if you bled out, how you are right now. Let's hear your story. So there was freshly painted woodwork that was in the bathroom as well, and also these scratches started appearing on this freshly painted woodwork. The scratches on the porcelain's troubling for me because I don't know how the fuck you scratch porcelain.
Yeah,
that's gonna be some sharp claws or a demon for sure.
One of the two,
definitely a fucking demon. In 1975, a year later, their daughter Dawn repeatedly reported floating dark figures in her bedroom. One thing you can kind of connect the dots here if you want. A lot of these stories of demonic possessions that I've read about, and not necessarily just Warren case files, there's usually young girls involved, like the Perron family, which was that was the inspiration behind the movie The Conjuring. Mm-hmm. You also have the Enfield poltergeist. You remember a gentleman from that movie named Mr. Bill Wilkins?
Yeah.
We interviewed the real Bill Wilkins. Fucking asshole. Just, maybe stick around for a Patreon episode. We'll tell you about that guy. They say that a lot of these demonic possessions revolve around
coming of age.
Girls being in the house.
Yeah. Prepubescent
girls. And some of you out there are really turned on by me saying that. Fucking kill yourself. They say, the manipulation that can be done with a prepubescent teenage girl that's coming of her age. You can kind of manipulate their emotions, and that's kind of what these demons latch onto.
You got hormones going crazy.
A lot. Now, this stuff lasted for a couple years, and they were okay living with it. There was radios turning on. Just
it's okay.
Little nuances.
Could be worse, I guess.
If you got a good, an easy house payment, things are perfect, you're in a good neighborhood, I could probably live with the things they had going on. I would think. The claw marks in the toilet.
Right.
You gotta chalk that up to
I mean, when you gotta take a violent shit, sometimes you just gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I flushed, and I was still sitting on it. I fought for my life to get out of there. In 1977, though, just a little under 3 years after they've been living in the home, things took a much darker twist. This is when they said, all right, our fucking house is probably haunted. The toilets started flushing by themselves with no one around.
So much toilet activity. This ghost just had to shit so bad.
This demon's like, I've got to take me the biggest fucking shit I've ever taken in my fucking life. Last time I used that toilet up in the fucking attic, it about sucked me down the drains. I had to reach up with my hands and claw my way up out of that fucking toilet. Sick of these whiny little teenage bitches in this house thinking I'm a bad demon. I'll just fucking live here. They moved into my property. I definitely think that's what that demon sounded like.
That's pretty accurate.
They started hearing footsteps that could be heard all over the home when no one was in the area. More specifically, it would sound like someone was pacing up and down the stairs at pretty much all times. The drawers and cabinets throughout the home would open and slam shut. The radios would just blare music and disembodied, white noise, AM radio in between channels. These things would take off and just start squealing at all hours throughout the day, even though the radios weren't even plugged in.
Fuck that.
So they would take certain steps to make sure, all right, this stuff's getting pretty weird. Let's unplug this shit. No, fam.
Hell no.
They would, these radios would take off and do their own thing. Also in the home, they had 2 specific rocking chairs. In these rocking chairs, at any given time during the day, these rocking chairs would start rocking by themselves, making a creaking noise. And there was no one in the rocking chairs. There was no draft. There was nothing, no severe enough drafts to cause the entire rocking chair to rock as violently as they were.
Right.
And they didn't, at this point, they kind of start to say they have the nuances from before, the flush and toilet. He's up, I'm up here trying to take me a big old fucking dump, and you guys think I'm trying to haunt the fucking house, so he's trying to take me a shit. They think they got ghosts and shit, but this stuff starts getting a little more fucked up, so a lot of people would say, why don't you just fucking move out? But we'll get to that here in a minute. Everyone in the family started to feel random cold spots that would move throughout the home, and most demonic infestations, a lot of people report this. Jack had the toughest time with these cold spots because accompanying these cold spots for him, this is the father of the family, Jack, he'd feel a cold hand that would gently caress and stroke him. And he also felt like he was constantly being watched. And this is not the end of Jack being caressed. Let me fucking tell you that. He was a fucking chronic masturbator.
Good for him.
But most vile of all was the stench of death that would sometimes hang in the air inside the house, and all the family could smell it, and they kind of knew once that smell kind of started to fill the air, they knew some funny fucking shit was going on.
Some fuckery was afoul.
But just the smell of a lot of times in these demonic possession or demonic infestations, people speak about the smell of rotting flesh and sulfur. Sulfur's the big one, but these guys specifically smell dead bodies. Horrible smell. I don't like the smell of dead bodies at all.
I like the fact that they know that.
Yeah. But still, the Smurl family soldiered on. Jack was promoted at his job.
Good for him.
He was also the softball coach of his daughter's team.
Yeah, good for him.
Janet, the wife, she got pregnant with their twins, who we talked about earlier in the episode. I think it's Karen and Shannon, maybe. And she also helped organize the anti-drunk driving group at the local high school. The girls excelled in their studies, and the in-laws next door, everybody was happy. But like all ghost stories, their luck started to fucking run out. Right? That's what sucks about. And we talked about in the Demon of Brownsville Road. We talked to him.
Yeah.
Things just got really bad for him and his family. And even when we talked to him for the episode, things got better. But then when we talked to him for the episode, and you can go back and listen to this, our Demon of Brownsville Road episode. It's our most downloaded episode, I think. Things are bad for him right now. It's kind of turned a corner again, and things are real bad for him again, which, it sucks. But the peak of this haunting came in 1985, almost 10 years after they'd already been living there. At this point, they'd given birth to the twin girls, but the bad luck started. Jack's mother suffered a heart attack, and the ghostly visits got a lot more intense. Mary and Janet started to hear perceived voices that they thought were one another, even though the other one wouldn't be around. So this Janet and Mary, this is Janet's the wife, and this is her mother-in-law that lived next door. They would oftentimes hear the other one calling for one another, like, "Oh, Janet, come help me, I've shit my fucking pants." And they would try and, they would hear these voices trying to summon one another, but then they would go check, and then the other one wouldn't be around. So Mary, the mother-in-law, wasn't quite as down with everything as Janet and her husband were dealing with a lot more on their side than the grandparents on the other side, Mary and John.
That's what happens when you fix shit up in an old house.
Yeah. Mary would hear the most intense arguments coming from next door, and she said these arguments would sound like, Janet and I forget this fucking guy's, Janet and Jack.
Yeah.
she would hear these arguments coming from Janet and Jack's side. Just horrible cursing. They were saying horrible things to one another. They're cursing and screaming. But then Mary would go over to check on them after hearing these fights, and the family is sitting there in perfect harmony watching TV or, in different rooms working on dinner, just doing weird, not fighting.
Right.
And then it also got to the point where the family would be gone altogether, and Mary would hear the same screaming obscenities and fights coming from next door, even though the family wasn't even home. So she's hearing these things, and no one's even fucking there. She said these fights sound like they were literally getting ready to kill each other. But then she would go check on them, and they're like, we're fine. Nothing's going on.
Just be taking a shit and stuff.
Yeah. I'm up here trying to take me a big old dump. I don't want a demon with a sense of humor in my house.
Right. Just taking angry shits everywhere.
Yeah. Like we said, she would check on them. They would be in perfect harmony. These things, the hauntings and the things that were happening in the house really intensified once the twins came along. Family members were routinely scratched by an invisible force, and in February of 1985, Janet was doing laundry in the basement when she heard someone, she wasn't sure who it was, calling her name from upstairs. She went to investigate, only to discover that no one was home at all, and she distinctly heard someone upstairs crying her name out.
Janet!
Johnny, I need more fucking toilet paper.
Get your ass up here.
I've shit my guts out. I think I'm dying. It's fucking stupid. You're so stupid.
You're fucking stupid.
2 days later, there was a dark figure that materialized in the kitchen.
That's racist.
Yes, very racist. So Janet's doing the dishes in the living room, and this dark figure materializes in the kitchen right in front of her, and she's like, holy fuck, she's staring at this thing.
Oi, did you come here to help me do the dishes?
Yeah, get in or get out. But this thing is hanging in the kitchen in front of her, and then it moves through the wall
fuck that.
to the other side of the duplex. Shortly thereafter, Mary comes running over to Janet and says, I just had a dark figure move through the wall that hung in my, whatever part of the duplex on the other side.
Mm.
And then once I kind of, figured out what was going on, it just took off. And Janet said, I just saw the same exact thing in my kitchen pass through the wall to your side.
Man.
So this thing wasn't inhabiting one side of the duplex. He fucking paid rent on both sides. He was doing his thing on both sides.
Right. I think I'd be happy, if that happened to me, as long as it was doing like a Ric Flair strut.
Yeah. Oh! I want to see a ghost. I want to see like a full body apparition. I think that would be really fucking cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I don't want to deal with any demonic shit.
Yeah.
I left the front door kind of cracked the other day, and the wind blew and busted it open.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife stands up the least. Dude, she's afraid of everything.
Right.
She will get on a fucking ferry and go to Puerto Rico and catch a flight to New England to get home if a black cat crosses in front of the car.
I'll just hit it.
Yeah, no, dude, she will wreck some shit to get away from. But when the blows the door open, she stands up. She's like, "If you're here to hurt us, get out." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" She's like, "You don't know." And I try to talk to her about this ghost stuff, and she's like, "Nope." Because I'm really into this stuff. I think it's cool shit.
Yeah.
And no, man, that door blew open. She's like, "If you're here to hurt us, get out." And she kept a fucking stone face for like 20 seconds afterwards. And the kids are like, they look up from their tablets, which they never do. I'm like, oh, what's she talking about? And I'm like, hey, babe, are you all right? I just don't want demons and shit. I can respect that.
They just stroll through the front door. Hey, guys.
Yeah. I got ran off the toilet next door. I'm looking for a nice big shit on the use. On the night that 13-year-old Heather was to be confirmed into the Catholic religion, a gigantic ceiling fan randomly fell from the ceiling only inches from her sister Shannon, which would have undoubtedly killed her. It did leave her with some scratches and abrasions, but this fucking ceiling fan just fell out of the sky and about crushed her sister on the night that she's supposed to be confirmed into the Catholic religion. So obviously this was upsetting something in the home. Around this time one night, Jack heard a whispering in the middle of the night that he thought was his wife. So they're laying there in bed. They might have been in separate beds because fucking people back then, they slept in separate beds because they didn't like to fuck like us kids do these days. I like to roll over. I don't want to have to go far to put my penis inside something.
Yeah.
Feel me, player?
Yep.
But he hears whispering in the middle of the night. He thinks this is his wife. When he rolls over to look at her, he observed a shadowy figure standing on top of her.
Oh, shit.
That ran up her leg, then disappeared.
I just thought you meant he was just like literally just standing on her.
No, that's what he said. Like like fucking Peter Pan, just standing on
like
top of her.
Feet on stomach.
Yeah, and he just
fuck that, dude.
Then it ran up her legs.
Oh no!
And disappeared at the end of the bed.
No.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all, man. What if it was just like a little 6-inch person?
Like Indian in the cupboard.
I'm here to fuck some shit up. No, you're not, dude. You're gonna need some more. You're gonna hit the fucking weight room. You're gonna fuck up anything around here.
God, standing on top of you. Whew.
Yeah, but his wife didn't even know it. And one evening, the family German Shepherd was picked up 6 feet in the air and violently thrown against the wall after attacking a spirit. So there was a dark figure that had materialized in the house. The dog went after it. The dog levitated 6 feet in the air, violently thrown up against the wall.
Fuck with the people, but if you fuck with the pet, that's...
Yeah. And then one day, the family, the wife had come home from the grocery store. She heard the dog whimpering coming from the cupboard, and she opened up the cupboard, and Jack was fucking the dog. And Jack was arrested, and he's no longer in the story after this because of...
Explains so much.
I made that part up. That's fake. Don't listen to that part. Now, we're going to move on to Jack and his problems. One night, Jack was watching a baseball game. Let's presume it's the Pittsburgh Pirates because he was living there in Pennsylvania. Could have been the Philadelphia Phillies. I don't know. I don't fucking care who he was watching. But he was watching a baseball game, and he fell asleep. At one point... This is coming from Ed Warren. He says he was asleep in the bed one night, but actually the incident we're speaking of was when he was asleep in the chair watching the baseball game, and he was awakened by this hag-like woman who paralyzed him. He wanted to scream out, of course. He was horrified by what he saw. The woman had scales on her skin and white, scraggly hair, and some of her teeth were missing, but she paralyzed him in some manner. Then she mounted him and rode him to her sexual climax.
Giggity. To her sexual climax. She didn't even give a fuck about him.
I don't care about your little wiener. I only want my old hag pussy. I want you to break it.
Bless her heart.
I want you to jack it on me, Jack. So he was raped watching the baseball game.
Man.
Janet also reported being raped in the middle of the night by an incubus. Janet would oftentimes wake up and be levitating above the bed, and once was completely thrown from the bed, all while Jack watched, completely paralyzed, unable to help. Oh, damn. At this point, they're still living in the house, just doing their thing. Their daughter Shannon experienced the same fate, being ripped from her bed one night and dragged down the stairs. Oftentimes, they would hear like a hoarse, not like a... They would hear a very hoarse, like, for instance, if Nicolicious got out of breath. I'm so fat now that when I get out of breath, I get winded, it whistles when I breathe, and I don't know why. Yeah. It's just like... And I can't stop it. I don't know why. I don't know if I need to work on my cardio. If I need to do Team Beachbody. I don't know. What's that stuff? Cross stitch.
Cross stitch. Yeah.
Go do cross stitch where they throw the fucking truck tires around. Whatever the fuck that shit is. But they would hear the breathing from all around the home by everyone. There's this, something nasty breathing, laboring around the house. Big old fat demon. He's out of breath. He had to take a shit. No one would let him use the bathroom ever since he fucked it up. So he's just
been occupied for fucking 15 years.
Laboring around, he can't shit. Now, this is fun too. The neighbors, not the parents, but people from other parts of the block, reported hearing screeching and screaming coming from the house when the Smurls weren't even home. I almost call them the Smurfs.
Every time I see it, I think of the Smurfs.
So the people, not even the in-laws on the other side of the duplex, but people from across the street are hearing shit coming from the house at all hours, even when the family aren't there. They hear demons screeching. Man. Oh boy. One night while Jack was on his knees attempting to say the rosary, he was dragged and beat into submission. This is where we cue in the director of the New England Society for Psychic Research, Edward Warren, and his clairvoyant wife, Lorraine. This was in January of 1986. Jack reached out to them, and they immediately made the trek from New England to Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, this was in Connecticut to Pennsylvania. They brought along Rosemary Frew, who was a nurse. Froy, maybe? I don't know. She was a nurse and a psychic. Rob hasn't had to help me with any words this episode thus far.
You're killing it.
Their investigation would last months on past August of that year, and this was in 1986. They've been doing this for almost 12 or 13 years at this point. Before they made the first trip through the house, before Ed and Lorraine made the first trip to kind of get that feeling of what was going on in the house, they quizzed the family about their religious beliefs, about the happiness of their family, whether they had ever practiced Satanism, occultism, used a Ouija board, or any way invited the supernatural into their home. And that's what people don't understand, working with a shit, demons and Ouija boards and shit. When you do the stuff, you're opening yourself up.
Yeah, you're opening that little window that they could use as an opportunity to get in.
But if you're like me, you can wear pajama pants and a kitty cat shirt, and it keeps them away. If you tune into the YouTube,
socks and sandals helps too.
Yeah, you can see me how I'm dressed. I stood up at the beginning of the episode and showed my attire.
Miraculous. There's not a demon getting in here tonight.
And I've kept my pajama pants above my belly button the entire time of this episode.
Yeah, the higher they are, the more class you have.
Yes. And also, I can usually last 20 to 30 seconds longer if my wife will just let me put my penis through the flap on the pajama pants. But that flap was really inconvenient sometimes because what happens, and this goes for the boxer briefs as well, you pull your dick out, your balls, or for me, if you just get the head out past far enough to pee, that flap kind of restricts the veins on your dick, your piss veins.
Yep.
Not sure what's in there. Pretty sure it's just piss veins, okay? But that flap will kind of clasp down, and you're peeing, you're peeing, and you're like all done, and then you put the penis back inside the flap, and you take the tension off.
So funny. I was going to tell you a story about what happened to me the other day.
It's like choking a cobra.
Same exact thing.
And it just lets it all go. I'm sure I've released 8 to 9 fluid ounces before, just after the fact.
I pissed all over my truck the other day.
Oh, really?
All on the inside. I just stopped and pulled over to piss. Yeah. I had a piss bottle next to me, so I was like, fuck yeah. There was no house in the country. There's no bathroom. So sit there, put my little wiener in the bottle, started letting rip, and then I was like, okay, I'm done.
You get your wiener stuck in a big slam?
It was in a monster can. And then, went to go put my Jimmy back in my pants, and then, nope.
Oh, he was still going. He still wanted to go.
I thought it was done, but from where my underwear, the little flap was up against it.
Yeah.
Cut it off. I didn't even know it, and it just went
that's
all over
dangerous.
my computer, all over my phone. It's pretty sweet.
Started an electrical fire.
Yeah. I died.
Oh, man.
Good times.
That's terrible. I'm sorry, buddy.
Fun thing about being a guy.
During their initial walkthrough, Ed and Lorraine were immediately able to identify 4 entities that had consumed the home. They determined that there was a closet in the middle of the home that served as a crossover point for these spirits. 3 of them weren't that bad, but the 4th was something very, very shitty. So 3 of these entities, these little nuances like the missing tools, the toilet scratches, the toilet flushing, you chalk these up to these 3 not so powerful demons. But there was a 4th demon that the Warrens said was causing all of the major fucking destruction, okay?
He was the one taking the dragon shits.
But then he was also using the other 3 he's like, go here, do this, go here, do that. We're going to fuck this family up. But he was using them.
So he's a bully.
He was a bully. Oftentimes we hear about these stories involving young girls, and these entities, according to Ed and Lorraine, were lying dormant for years. Then these little girls, they kind of came along and fucked everything up. The demons had risen to draw on the emotional energy generated by the girls' entrance to puberty. 3 demons were puppets, like we said, but there was a puppet master in the shadows, the more powerful demon. A man that had killed his wife and lover over 100 years prior, and then he was publicly hanged. So this was one of the, and I don't think this was like the mega demon that was involved. I think there was like a lost female of some type, like kind of someone, she was kind of not real sure what she was doing. She was in passing, but then the Warrens and the Claire, they also had a psychic that went through, also spoke of this guy that killed his lover and there was two lovers. There was a wife and then a lover, but he was publicly hanged after that. But then even beside that, there was still a fourth demon that was, like I said before, the more powerful of all four of them. Now, the Warrens, as part of their investigation, they talked to the neighbors because the neighbors were hearing the screeching as well. The Warrens tried twice to provoke the demon to expose itself by playing tapes of religious music and confronting it with prayer. The demon reacted by violently shaking a mirror and dresser drawers, and yet another instance by spelling out, "You filthy bastard, get out of this house."
Oh, damn.
Only holy water and prayer seemed to stop the manifestation. So this is where Ed spoke very specifically that this thing, every time they would try and provoke this demon, it would start to do things and it would speak and move around the house, and it was very vulgar, kind of like us. We're fucking disgusting.
Maybe we're demons.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm a pussy demon. My wife tells me all the time. She's like, "You're gonna break it." I'm like, "Hold on, side, I'm not done." And I just keep on going.
Just speak in tongues.
Yeah, that's how I speak in tongues. I speak in tongues by licking your butthole. Is that how you speak in tongues? That's how I do it too. And it's all about a constant. I've heard the thing to do is spell the alphabet forwards and backwards anytime you're performing cunnilingus. I don't know if this is true. You and I should start a love line where people can call in and get sex advice.
You gotta gently blow in it every now and then.
And I like to put my face up to it like just like, you're blowing on a belly, You and your cousin are playing in the basement. He's like, "Hey, blow on my belly." I like that.
Every now and then you gotta throw a good right on there.
The one that really gets him going, you just gotta. Don't do that. That's how you get fucking donkey kicked in the face.
That's how you get pregnant.
Yeah, you spit a loogie in her butt and gets them pregnant.
Give her one of those.
The situation began to take a more serious turn as Jack was raped by a scaly succubus posing as an old woman with a young body. I think I could probably hit that one. I would be okay with that. Her eyes were red and her gums were green. Ed
like
Warren,
a Christmas tree.
Yeah, you're kind of cute.
Pretty.
Ed Warren was choked and then began to suffer from terrible flu-like symptoms. An incubus sexually assaulted Janet, and pig noises, a sign of demonic infestations, could be heard inside the walls. So, we're laughing, but these pig noises, like when you start hearing the fucking, when you start hearing the pigs fucking in the walls, that's when you're like, all right, we just got to burn the place down. But dude, think about putting yourself in that position, and you start hearing pigs coming from the walls.
Let me see that little wank of yours. I could fuck your wife way better than you can. Hey, Ed, you like getting choked. I'll choke the shit out of you.
He got choked too. He got choked so hard it gave him the flu.
How does that happen?
Damn it, Ed. You drunk fuck.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so they had the mirrors. They continue to try and keep on invoking these demons, but they're just the demons would start to tear the fucking house down. Ed contacted Vatican-mandated exorcist Father McKenna.
There you go.
And his exorcisms didn't work at first. Shortly after his initial exorcism, multiple sexual assaults were going on. The family was receiving bites, scratches, and marks. Ed said, quote, "We're dealing with an intelligence here." He said in an article that appeared in the Times Leader in August of 1986, "It's powerful, intangible, and very dangerous. I did not have to wait moments when the very thing I felt was a drop in temperature of at least 30-some degrees," Warren said. "Then a dark mass formed about 3 feet in front of me. There was a sound in back of me. I could hear rattling around." Ed said that the second phase, that they were in the second phase of demonic possession, which is oppression, which follows infestation, then possession, and deaths. And Bishop James Long from our live show spoke about the different phases of possession as well.
Yeah.
And ultimately, the goal of the demon is for someone to die or to kill someone, essentially. They didn't move. Some of you are asking why did they not move? They didn't move because the demon would accompany them to camping trips and would oftentimes follow Jack to work as well. So at this point, the family's up in arms. They're saying, why fucking move if this shit is just attaching themselves?
There's no point in it.
And we can't hide from it.
Yeah.
After repeated refusals by the church to help, the Smurls decided to appear on television. And some of you are saying, all right, they're going on TV, they're trying to get fucking paid. They remain completely anonymous behind a screen. They are interviewed by Richard Bay on a local Philly show called People Are Talking. The demon retaliated. It levitated Janet and then hurled her against the wall. It later appeared to Jack as a monstrous creature resembling a pig on two legs. A human hand came up through the mattress and grabbed Janet by the back of the neck, and again, Jack was raped by a succubus.
Fuck.
In August of 1986, the Smurls felt the risk of ridicule did not outweigh the need to tell their story to a wider audience and granted an interview to the Wilkes-Barre Sunday Independent newspaper. Almost immediately, their home became a tourist attraction for the press, curious onlookers, and skeptics who wished to investigate. Some skeptics, who included some of the Smurls' neighbors, said they believed the family was concocting the story to profit from books and movie contracts, which is, sometimes what fucking happens.
It's not far-fetched.
The Smurls contacted a medium named Mary Alice Rinkman, who examined the house and corroborated the Warrens' findings of 4 spirits. She identified one as an old woman named Abigail and another as a dark, mustachioed man named Patrick.
I love that
term. Who had murdered his wife and lover and had been hung by a mob. She could not identify the third, but the fourth was a powerful demon. Press coverage finally pushed the Scranton Diocese into action, and they offered to take over the investigation. So finally, the Catholic Church is stepping in at this point.
That was Michael Scott.
The Warrens had also planned a mass exorcism with several priests. Prayer groups came to the house to give comfort. Bishop McKenna came a third time to exorcise the house, and this time the ritual seemed to work. There was no disturbances for about 3 months. Shortly before Christmas of 1986, Jack again saw the black form beckoning him to the third stage of possession. He clutched his rosary and prayed, hoping this was simply an isolated incident. It was not. The banging around the house again started, as well as the putrid smells and violent acts of aggression. Frustrated, tired, and hopeless, the Smurls moved to another town. Shortly before the release of the book concerning the ordeal, The Haunted went to press. The church performed a 4th exorcism in 1988 in their new home, which finally seemed to have given them peace. A movie version of The Haunted was released in 1991.
Damn.
Yeah. That's the story of
4th time's the charm, I guess.
Yeah. And like I said in the beginning, it would be terrible to be in that kind of situation.
Right.
And just feel like there's no hope, and to feel like no matter what you say or do, no one in the media is going to believe you. You're just going to be ridiculed. And one thing I didn't speak about in the story, a lot of people are skeptic of this story because at one point, Jack had a major brain surgery and had to have water relieved of his brain.
Oh, shit.
He was a fucking waterhead. He had to have water, I guess, relieved off of his skull. So a lot of people say, it was just... I'm starting to watch Grey's Anatomy with my wife.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Do you watch it?
No.
One of the doctors, I think she's a what's it called when they're not a doctor, resident?
Yeah.
She's got a brain tumor and she sees shit. She sees a guy that's always following her. He's a cute guy, but
okay. Then does she mind then?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
But now she's getting upset with it.
If there's a cute guy following me, I don't think I'd mind it.
Yeah. What you want, boy? I want a hot boy. I don't think that's the way the words go, but
no, something close enough.
But next we got the fucking werewolf.
All right. It's time to talk about everyone's favorite pill, Blue Chew.
Listen, Rob, it's changed everything for our listeners. Blue Chew has been going out to our fans. They're trying it. They're reporting back. They're saying all good things. They're claiming that their lovers, they just won't let them go without the Blue Chew. That's how much this stuff is changing for them.
That's awesome. See, Blue Chew is helping guys like you and I get that extra oomph to go longer, harder, faster and never slow down.
Oh yeah, Rob Dog. Blue Chew, just like the color blue, has the same FDA-approved active ingredients that are used in Cialis, Viagra, all a chewable blue pill. The great part about them being chewable, you can take them anytime, day or night, hungry or full. You'll be ready to go in half the time as a regular pill.
That is completely correct, Nick. Now, this stuff can take you to new heights. Not only is it going to help you get there faster, but it's going to help you go again and again and again. Just the other night, I was laying in bed. I was real tired. My wife was ready to go. I wasn't. She tried everything she could. She tried touching it. She tried yelling at it. Nothing worked. I got my naked butt up, went into the top drawer, moved my undies aside, grabbed one of them blue pills, popped it in, and hot diggity damn, I was ready to go.
God, Rob Dog. And if there's guys like you out there that want to try it for free, yes, I said free, you can move the underwear and get the Blue Chew as well. You can get Blue Chew delivered to your front door in a discreet package. Hop on over to BlueChew.com. That's BLUECHEW.com and use the promo code BROHIO for your free order, and you will but not be sorry. And coming from the bros, if you send us a confirmation that you are getting Blue Chew, we're going to send you some free Brohio stickers as well.
Ooh, it's such a good deal, guys. Don't pass it up.
That's BLUECHEW.com. Promo code Brohio. Don't miss this incredible deal from Blue Chew.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
This is a good one.
I really, really enjoyed this story. We got the South End, not the Bell End, but the South End werewolf.
Oh, I like both ends.
So this story, it's similar to haunting / possession / various other paranormal phenomena. It's kind of like a goodie bag, a plethora, if you do. Yeah, it's fun. So this takes place in Essex, England. This is in the town of Southend, just like the name says. This is in 1952 when everything starts now. 1952, we're starting back. There's a family called the Ramseys. This is this story revolves around the father. Well, at this time, we're going to start when he was a kid. His name's Bill. We're going to call him Billy as he's a kid, because I'm sure that's what he went by. I'm sure he wasn't a kid going by Bill.
Probably Billdozer, honestly.
Billdozer, okay. I'll stick with that. I call him Lil Bill. So, story begins with Lil Billy at the ripe old age of 9. So, Lil Billy was just like most kids pre-internet, he was a very imaginative boy. He would spend hours outside playing by himself, not with himself, although I'm not sure that's out of the question.
I think I told you guys before, the first time I ejaculated was a back massager in my parents' room, right?
I don't know if you have. I think you have.
It's fucking hot, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I was watching Sesame Street.
Big Bird was looking especially appetizing that day.
Good-looking breasts.
So this day, Billy was pretending that he was a World War II fighter pilot, because the day before, he had spent the entire day at the movies, and they watched a movie about, like a World War II movie. So
the day before, America wiped Japan off the map, and I thought it was really fucking cool.
It's like my hero. So after about an hour of playing, he says he remembers feeling a really cold, like winter-like chill completely wash over him. And this is
ice, tinting ice.
This is going to be a common occurrence throughout his story. This is how you know shit's about to go awry. So whenever he got this cold feeling, it made him at the time feel completely like he would uncontrollably shake. He was feeling real weird. He would break out in a really cold sweat, and he could smell something horrible in the air around him. It may have just been him being a stinky little kid.
Oh, think of sheep my pants.
And this is what this is what he said about this incident. He said, "Have you ever walked into a meat locker right after you've been outside on a hot day?"
No.
Who hasn't? That's what this was like. I was playing and my body temperature was normal, and then, well, I'd say it felt as if my body temperature dropped a good 20 degrees. Sweat froze on me and my whole body started shaking. It was as if I'd opened a door and stepped into another dimension or something. And there was this odor, very foul. A few years earlier, a sewer on our street had backed up. I'd never smelled anything as bad as the gases that escaped, and that's what this smell was like that day. I was afraid I was going to vomit.
He wouldn't make it to my house for fucking 3 minutes.
After a minute of Bill trying to understand what was happening to him, the sensation passed, but he felt that something within him changed that day. He felt completely attuned with his surroundings, and he was also feeling extremely tense. He looked everywhere around him. He was like longingly staring at like the sky and the ground, and just kind of taking everything in a way that he wasn't able to before. But everything also seemed to be off and different, but for no reason that he could, think of.
Yeah.
He at that time started getting visions of wolves in his head, and he had this strange urge to run on all fours towards the sea. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's
fucking rocking good time right there.
It sounds rocking.
I don't even know.
Exactly. So after he had these visions of these wolves and wanting to gallop into the ocean, he was hit with an uncontrollable rage and let out a really deep growl. So
fucking cliche.
It gets so good. So hearing this growl, his mother, it may have been his father too, they came out of the house and went over to him to try to snap him out of whatever was going on. But before they knew it, he had managed, and keep in mind he's 9 years old, he'd managed to rip a fence pole out of the ground and was swinging it around like a baseball bat.
God damn, Barry Bonds.
Not only did he pull out the fence pole, but he still has the at the end of the pole is the concrete that they used to set it with, and there's rebar hanging out of it.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, you have this little 9-year-old swinging like a troll's bat around.
I'd lay his mom down, shove him back up where he came from, honestly.
Well, they completely were freaked out by it, and they ran back inside. They were like, fuck this. They left him outside. They sat and they went inside, shut the door, and pretty much watched him waiting for this incident to pass. Now, while they were watching him, they saw Billy tear away at the wires on the fence with his hands and began to chew on it.
God damn,
Billy. Like a wild animal.
Fucking bulldozer.
So little Billy's papa decided to put his big man pants on and go out and handle the situation. So when he got to Billy, he was unable to get the post from his hands.
Oh, no.
And he was noticing that, this kid should not have this much strength. 1, to hold this thing, and 2, to physically keep me from getting it out of his hands. So
I saw this on the closed group this week. In order to show dominance in a time like this, you have to shit inside the other person. So you have to put your buttholes together, and you have to poop inside the other person to show dominance.
Pass a turd?
Yes.
And that makes sense. I would definitely submit to somebody.
If someone held you down and shit inside your body, you would have no other options besides to submit to this person.
Just going with the flow at that point.
Yeah.
So Billy began to lash out at his dad and snarl at him until his dad said, "Yeah, fuck this wanker," and he went back inside.
He called his son a wanker.
No, he really didn't. But yeah, he was like, I can't deal with this. I don't know what to do. I'm going back inside. So he retreats.
He's all like Lil Jon, like, what?
Several minutes after this, the tantrum ended, and he actually walked up to the house panting, just completely out of breath and bleeding from the mouth from the wires that he was chewing on.
Oh, sure, I'd like a bowl of kibble if you have some to spare.
And he just asked his parents, if he could come back inside. So, of course, they were scared, but weren't going to tell him no. So they let him come back inside.
They shot him.
Old Yellered his ass. They sit down at the dinner, or they sit down at the table to eat dinner.
They don't have guns in England, so they didn't shoot him.
Exactly.
They just pissed on him.
And, of course, they did the best thing that they could do in this situation: pretend it never happened and never talk about it again.
Oh, good. Just like that time my mom and dad caught me touching myself to their videos.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like, we're never going to talk about this. I'm like, you guys are wearing fucking masks. I didn't know.
This never happened.
You guys are wearing Jason masks. How was I supposed to know?
And Bill's mom also said about this, once this incident happened, that she could tell internally that once this incident happened, that something changed inside of him, but she wasn't exactly how.
Got a big old big boy dick.
Right. He hit the his maturity level pretty soon. So this was the only major incident that happened during Bill's childhood that he was able to recall that would be considered abnormal. He did end up growing up, having a fairly normal life for a little bit of time. He got married, had kids, do the typical adult stuff. Although, shortly after his marriage, he began to suffer from nightmares. And during these nightmares, he would wake up panting and growling, which, completely freaked out his family, and these stopped somewhere around 1967. So from 67 to about 1980, nothing really happens. But once the 80s kick in, this is when all the activity hits.
A lot of stuff happened in the 80s, bro.
Hell yeah, a lot of stuff did. So early in 1983, Bill was drinking with his friends, and he felt that similar feeling of the icy cold washing over him. It's going to be the common thing. I think he may have smelled the shit in here at this time too. He just pooped his pants while he was drunk.
It smells like the sewage pipes have broken loose again, just like when I was a little boy and I was out in the backyard and I picked up the fence post and tried to beat the fuck out of my dad because the night before he woke up and he was sucking my dick and I didn't like it, so I challenged to a fight in the fucking yard.
Fisticuffs. So he felt the feeling coming on, so he decided to go into the bathroom. He wanted to, he thought he was going to get sick. So he goes in the bathroom, and he looks up at the mirror, which is a mirror right over the sink, of course, and he didn't see his reflection. He saw a wolf staring back at him.
I like it.
Me too. So he, of course, knew something wasn't right and was asked to... He
knew something wasn't right.
He asked someone to take him home. So on the way back...
How do you ask for a ride home when you look like a wolf?
Right. So on the way back to his house, Bill was... He became... overcame with the same feeling of rage that he experienced, and it completely took over. He began to growl and turned to his friend next to him and tried to bite his leg.
Tried to fuck his leg.
So the driver pulls over... They all get out of the car to subdue Bill because he's losing his shit, and it was way more difficult than they would have expected it to be. You
ever try to hold on to a dog leg before? They're fucking crooked. They're not easy to hold on to. It's weird, man.
He was just completely overpowering everybody. Nobody could physically subdue him, but they eventually managed to get the upper hand, and then Bill ended up settling down, and it seemed to pass. He seemed to go back to normal, but he couldn't remember this event ever happening later. And that's something that pretty much is always going to happen with him. He's not going to remember what previously occurred to get him into these situations. So we'll go to Christmas of 1983. He started to experience these sharp pains in his chest, which he'd never experienced before, and he thought that he may have been experiencing some sort of heart attack, like an oncoming heart attack.
Sure, those suck.
Yeah, and he was once again breaking out in a cold sweat, and he said it was pouring from his upper body. Like, I sweat a lot, but to say a pouring sweat, that's wild. I don't know if I would like that.
That would be sticky for sure.
It'd be nasty.
Sweat causes problems, especially for you guys out there, the guys more specifically that don't cut your pubic hair.
Oh, God.
Sweat makes your penis stink. And I proposed this question on the Butt Chuggers Anonymous. I said, if you don't shave your pubes, you're fucking disgusting.
Right.
And a lot of guys are like,
I like to leave it all fucking bushy.
Yeah. And that's why you don't get laid. That's why you're jerking off to Game of Thrones on Sunday night. Not getting pussy.
That's why you're fucking a foot with the pussy at the end of it.
It's because why you smell like a bucket of dead frogs. You got a stinky wiener.
A stinky wiener.
Yeah, there ain't no girls out there like a stinky wiener.
No, I'd fair to say that's
There's
true.
some out there that can fight through a little wiener. I can guarantee you that. But they don't like stinky wieners.
No, definitely not. That's a consensus.
Yes.
So they go to the hospital. They ended up putting him in a gurney immediately after he tells what he is experiencing. But as soon as they put him in the gurney, they pretty much didn't tend to him right away. They go back, and he starts to feel the chills throughout his body again. So
I think this one might be a fucking wolf. I think we should leave him out there to just work through it himself. I think he's going to be all right.
So the nurse comes back out. She tries to examine him, and then at this time Bill lets out an unhuman roar and lashed at her with his teeth bared, and he bit her arm, and then proceeded to throw furniture around and scurried into a corner where he growled at everyone, pacing around like a wild animal. So he's like a rabid raccoon.
He gnashed his teeth and bit the recessed lady's breast. How could I forget?
Exactly.
Little Pearl Jam reference.
Yep. So police arrived along with hospital employees. They actually were able to subdue him, strapped him to a gurney, and sedate him with tranquilizers while he was roaring and snapping at them.
What do you sedate a fucking wolf with?
I mean, they use tranquilizers. He gets tranquilized a couple times. So
Right, turkey. I get tired when I eat turkey. I just gave him a
know.
fucking turkey leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's always fun. I just pass out. So witnesses claim that he acted very animalistic. He kept his hands curled up like claws. He kept his teeth bared, and he was snapping at everyone. And one of the police officers who helped restrain him. Oh God. One of the police officers that helped restrain him also said that his eyes, he looked very feral and wolf-like in his
Feral.
eyes. I love it.
I can always tell the feral ones. They've got crossed fucking eyes like the stupid. I've never heard the term feral used to describe a human before.
I know, isn't it great?
When I
Just rabid.
I used to have catch cats at the police department. I'd drop
Yeah.
them off in the Humane Society. They'd be like, "Is it feral?" And I didn't know what feral meant. I'm like, and I would look in there and it's like fucking blowing piss at me and biting the. I'm like, I don't know. What do you think it is? Like, it's feral.
I would say so. So they ended up taking Bill to Runwell Mental Hospital. And when he came to, because of course, after he crashes after all these incidents, he was unable to recall what had just happened at the hospital and had no idea why he was in a mental institution.
Jesus Christ.
He declined tests and was released, even though a psychiatrist told him, that it might be in your best interest if these incidents keep happening to hang out so we can try to figure out and help you.
Get fucking checked out, you dickweed.
Exactly. And the next month, January 1984, Bill was driving home after visiting his mother and felt another werewolf episode coming on, so he rushed to the nearest hospital, which of course was the same one he was just in the month before. So of course, there was no prep time for the hospital, and when he arrived, he was in full wolf mode. A nurse told him that he needed to wait for a doctor, and he threw her to the floor and pounced on an orderly, choking him and trying to bite him. 4 police officers arrived and surrounded him, who... he was doing the typical Bill thing. So all the officers, they were all really hesitant on, of course, approaching him. And
they don't carry guns in Great Britain. They hit him with a fucking billy club.
So
I think we should just throw fucking rocks at him. I think it'll probably piss him off a little bit more.
One officer finally, obviously the one with the bigger balls, finally decided to address the situation, and he went after him. But of course, Bill's kill or be killed instincts kicked in, and he ended up attacking the officer, and he injured him so bad that the cop had to stay at the hospital for 4 days after the incident. So he fucked this guy up.
Serves him right for fucking with a werewolf, man.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see here. There it is. Okay, now police claimed that it ended up taking all 4 of them and all of their strength to get the situation under control and subdue him.
Listen, that's what it would take to put me in the back of a cop car.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's nothing crazy. Like four guys. I mean, if I get going, it's hard to stop me.
Yeah, and they even actually said that at this time, he was so strong and it was so hard to get a hold of him that they were afraid that the handcuffs wouldn't even be able to hold him.
Oh, wow.
So he was wild. Now, I mean, you had the same amount of experience as me with the handcuffs. Those handcuffs are fucking sturdy.
Yeah, there's no breaking those.
There's no
things.
breaking those. I mean, if I've never once doubted putting those on. I don't know if this is going to hold.
No, they're really good fucking nunchucks too. If you want to hit someone in the back, I know that too. They're really good. They're really good weapons.
Did you have the? You didn't have like the chain.
No, we had hinged ones.
You had the hinged ones. Okay,
Yeah.
Those ones are that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yep. So he
fist pack too.
Yeah. So he was put in the back of a police car where he came to, and he once again couldn't remember anything. He was interrogated and later recommended that he needed to go to a mental hospital, which he refused once again, and they ended up releasing him. I don't know how he wasn't charged with anything there, but so we'll go to July 22nd, 1987. This is the next incident. Bill goes to the White Horse Bar and gets shit-faced with friends once again. He decides, I'm too drunk. I probably shouldn't drive, but I'm going to anyways.
Oh, good.
So
power move right there.
Exactly. He gets in the car, begins to drive home. As he was driving, he sees a prostitute walking down the street. And he does what any drunk man in his state would do. Citizen's arrest.
Oh, no. Get in the back of the fucking car, you slut.
You thought I was going to say he tried to bang her.
Yeah, I know.
No, he tried to do a citizen's arrest. So what he did, he pulls the van over, tells her to get in, which she does, thinking that, this is going to be a client.
She's about to get 14 pounds.
Exactly.
That's all it'd take for me to get off is 14 pounds.
Right. So
What are fucking pounds anyways?
I don't know.
Like, they just carry around like
A scale?
like weights in Great Britain. I don't understand how a pound works.
I don't either.
They're like shillings and stuff, and there's all
Right.
kinds of it's weird, man. We're not exposed to the world.
Foreign currency is a really weird thing to think about.
Like if something costs 40 pounds, do you can you get like 40 pounds of stuff from your house? Like, I don't need this fucking bowling trophy anymore. You take it to the store and buy your groceries, just like 40 pounds of shit.
Man, that'd be great.
Yeah, it would be fucking cool.
If it's just an equal exchange.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So wait, where? I lost my spot again. I keep losing my fucking spot. Okay, never mind. Here
all
we
right,
go.
Nick.
I know I'm turning into you here. So she gets in the van. As she was sitting in the van, she gets a really bad feeling about him.
I think he might be a fucking werewolf.
So she, her instincts are like, this guy's real fucking weird. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what he's going to do to me. She asks to be let out. And when she asks for him to let her go, he begins to growl under his breath. She can hear it. So she waits till the van slows down and decides to make a break for her. So she runs towards a police station.
Get back here, you're under citizen's arrest.
So Bill gets out and decides to chase her. As he decides to chase her, though, a police officer comes out of the station and Bill completely goes into beast mode. He charges the much larger officer, throws him to the ground, and begins choking him.
Oh, good.
More officers come out, but Bill was able to throw them all aside with his supernatural strength, saying, "The devil is inside me. I'm going to kill you."
Alrighty.
So there you go. So it takes 6 officers, along with several tranquilizers, to get the best of old Bill here.
Ole Bill Ramsey.
Yeah, exactly. So after this incident, Bill finally agrees to check himself into a mental hospital.
All right. I think I might be a little bit fucked up.
Something might be wrong.
Let's check it out.
So he goes into the mental hospital for evaluation. They do x-rays, MRIs, psychiatric exams, but they weren't able to find anything abnormal with him. He was there for a total of 10 days. And during this time, after he gets out, after the 10 days, the story itself is launched into national headlines. So there's a big deal. And it's getting a lot of attention in, the demonologists and supernatural investigators. And then this is where Ed and Lorraine Warren's, sneak in here.
If you guys look up Bill Ramsey to see what he looks like on Google Images, he looks like a fucked up potato.
He looks like a guy that thinks he's a werewolf.
He's the ugliest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. He looks like his face is made out of rocks.
He has the same kind of teeth as Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got them big old chompers. And I wouldn't want to get bit by those things. I know.
No.
Definitely
I'm not trying to fuck with werewolves. Just want to stick around long enough to see if it's a red rocket or not. Get the fuck out of there.
Right, so this attack pretty much gets the attention of Ed and Lorraine Warren. At first, they're completely suspicious, thinking that, it was a hoax. So they ended up doing interviews. They interviewed the police. They interviewed Bill's family. And after the interviews, they believed that what was happening was real. They talked to Bill and his wife Nina several times. They were convinced at this time that, he was possessed by a demonic entity. The Warrens convinced Bill that he should come stateside with them to their church in Connecticut and receive an exorcism from Bishop Robert McKenna.
Good dude.
Yep. In 1989, the Ramseys make the trip to the States.
So they're busy. This is right after the Smurl family did their shit too, man.
Yeah, this is all right around the same time. Days before the exorcism, Bill attempts to choke his wife in her sleep. In the morning after, couldn't remember doing it. So things aren't subsiding. They're still continuing to go.
I kind of liked it. I think you kind of turned me on.
So during the exorcism, they get to the day of the exorcism. There's a lot of people that are present here. You got Bishop McKenna, you got the Warrens, the Ramseys, paranormal investigator John Zaffis, staff from a tabloid magazine. I don't know what that's about. And then this was really weird. In italicized print, it said the people who funded the trip I kind of want to know who the people are.
Yeah.
It was in capital letters and it was italicized. So I was like, the people, that's really mysterious. I like that. And then several off-duty police officers for protection, just in case if he decides to flip his shit and try to attack everybody. Even though, obviously, these officers aren't going to be able to do anything because this dude's stronger than shit. He's like Bruce Banner.
He's a fucking werewolf, man.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter. You're dead.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You passed away. You died.
So the exorcism begins. Now, during the exorcism, right at the beginning, Bill says, nothing seemed normal or nothing seemed abnormal. It wasn't bothering him whatsoever. He called it all mumbo jumbo. That's such an old person term. I love it.
Just a bunch of fucking mumbo jumbo.
Fucking rubbish. Now, all this, he thought was stupid until McKenna pressed his stole against his head. So he completely changed once this happened. He began snarling, and witnesses said that his face contorted into like a beastly visage.
Oh, wow.
His hands started curling up into like a talon position, and he began to thrash around.
God damn.
And Lorraine actually, she said that she saw him physically change appearance. And, she said that his ears appeared more pointed, his face more feral, and his hands more claw-like.
Wow.
So McKenna stumbled, and this is all right from the article, so this is verbatim what it says here. It says, McKenna stumbled back away from him and produced a crucifix, which he held high while commanding in Latin that the demon leave at once. This seemed to only further infuriate the demon, and Bill lunged and swiped at the bishop, who ordered the nearby policeman to stand down while things played out. Just as the frenzied, out-of-control Ramsey seemed to close in for the kill and was about to seriously hurt the bishop, something odd happened. The man who had moments before been a whirlwind of snarling, spitting aggression suddenly fell to the floor in a heap, while one last roar rattling through him before he fell. Oh. Bill would later say of what happened. He said this is what happened. The poison that had been in my body drained from me completely. I was left without any strength, and when I turned to look at Nina, the small movement caused me to black out. I gripped the chair as tightly as I could and let the demon continue to be pushed away by Bishop McKenna's Latin words. The exorcism they all said was caught on film, and everyone that was there do say, that they claim that this really happened. They're completely adamant that it happened. Now, after the exorcism, Bill would go on to say that he'd never experienced another episode after this, and from then on lived a normal life. And according to the Warrens, Bill Ramsey was possessed by some form of demon. Another possibility is that he suffered from a mental condition known as clinical lycanthropy, in which, and this is where a victim truly believes that they are shape-shifting into an animal, which can range from a wolf, a bear, pretty much any other animal.
Oh,
this
cool.
even includes frogs, rabbits, bees. I want to fucking know them transforming into a bee. That's great. So he could also have been exhibiting any number of psychotic disorders or mental issues. Some psychotic outbursts can produce exactly the kind of behavior seen in Ramsey's case, and others could, possibly account for displays of seemingly superhuman strength during rages.
So Bill, he snapped out of it after that, I guess, right?
Yeah. From then, after that exorcism, he was completely normal after that.
No longer a werewolf.
Right, no longer a werewolf. I think it's cool that they have a potential clinical reason that could have happened.
Yeah.
Lycanthropy. And I don't know enough to say one way or the other.
That's a weird story.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's so weird. It's so interesting to me because, granted, one person thinks they're transforming into a werewolf or possessed by, a demon werewolf. But if he truly was experiencing things, like the cold sweats and the smell and the super strength, how does that occur?
That's pretty wild. PCP wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
My name's Bill Wilkins, and I'm 73 years old, and I died in my own shit.
It's perfect timing for you, Mr. Wilkins. I'm so glad you're here. We were hoping you were going to be here so you could, pay your respects to Lorraine.
I seen you boys were talking about Ed and Lorraine Warren.
We were.
And telling ghost stories about my friend old Bill Ramsey.
Yeah, we were.
Did you know Bill Ramsey was a fucking werewolf?
That's kind of what I just talked about.
We were roommates in hell.
Oh, okay.
And I woke up one night and he was humping my leg in the middle of the night. I said, "Oh, Bill Ramsey, get off my leg." And he stood up off my leg And then he took a piss in my dresser drawer and he left our room. And me and old Bill Ramsey, we weren't roommates anymore.
It's really inconsiderate.
So then I got up and I went to the pub to look for a good old swamp donkey. And I brought one back. I was gonna eat her out in old Bill Ramsey's bed to show him who the boss was. You ever eat a girl out before, old Rob Dog?
Once or twice.
I took her britches off. She wasn't wearing pants, she was wearing britches.
Okay.
She had little pieces of toilet paper that looked like Rice Krispies. And I told her I didn't have any interest in continuing our sexual experience. And I made that swamp donkey leave. Have you ever had to kick a girl out because she had little Rice Krispie toilet paper crumbs on her crotch, Rob Dog?
No, I haven't, Mr. Wilkins. I have not. I had the pleasure.
Man, he is something else, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's had some really poor life experiences.
Poor guy.
Old Bill Wilkins.
He's seen some shit, though.
He's the reoccurring demon that shows it up at our show. That
Gotta love him.
some of you join the closed group. You're like, who's the reoccurring demon? That's Bill Wilkins. He hasn't been around in a couple months, probably.
Yeah, he's been taking it easy.
But the way to rattle his cages is to tell some Ed and Lorraine Warren stories.
Yeah, that's where he comes from. So.
Oh man, so that's our bisexual episode. I mean, that's our bi story episode.
Yeah, it was a good time.
If you want to hear some really good bi stories, tune into our Patreon. You can check out all the bi goodness that you have to offer.
It's glorious.
And I read right before you came here today that Roseanne Barr said she's queer now. So
okay.
I want to investigate that further after we're done here.
I absolutely love Roseanne. So
because if there's some links out there of her doing sex, I want to watch them.
I'd watch her do sex.
Yeah,
especially if it's John Goodman,
Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
Yeah. What do you have you followed this? You got a minute here. Have you followed this shit with Lori Loughlin from Full House?
No, not closely. I remember whenever the first day that it was broadcasted. But since then, no. I have no idea what's going on.
So she's getting prosecuted. She pled not guilty. It's they're saying that she allegedly paid for her daughters to get into USC.
Okay, which I don't really find that wrong. It's not ethical, but I mean, for it to be illegal, I feel like that's kind of weird.
There was kids that got turned away that had far better resumes, and they got turned away strictly because they got paying parties out there.
Money talks, man.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
Yeah.
But now they're going to go to trial for this stuff because Lori Loughlin, she pled not guilty. Aunt Becky, she's not guilty. I don't care what Aunt Becky does. She's not guilty in my book. It's Aunt Becky. Fucking dime piece, okay?
Yeah, she is. But
her kids have told the feds that they would like to testify against their parents.
Oh, shit.
To tell the truth about what happened. So the kids are going to get in trouble as well, I believe. But they've flipped the script and they're like, we want to testify against our parents.
They're just going to be singing.
These little rich fucking rats. I'm trying to
Is this Nikki and Alex?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, little shits.
No, they have daughters, I think, and they're kind of they do like the Kim Kardashian. They're trying to be
influencers,
social media moguls, whatever. Yeah. Right? They're trying to be influencers.
In other words, they just don't want to have a real job.
They're fucking ratting on Aunt Becky.
Man.
And I'm really upset about it.
It's blasphemy.
Because she and what's her name? The girl from Friends. The really hot one from Friends always has her nipples hanging out.
Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Those are my up there. Those are my two.
She gets better with age. She only gets better with age.
She does get better with AIDS. I don't know how long she's had the diagnosis, but she does get a lot better with it. It's you can see it.
Age.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Magic Johnson just keeps getting fatter, but she's getting much better with AIDS.
Once again, money talks.
I'm not really in tune with the TMZ and stuff. She might have had AIDS. I didn't know. It's something that I could have not heard.
I just wanted to clarify.
I saw Britney Spears leaving a mental hospital today.
Yeah.
She looked fucked up.
She's having another breakdown.
She looked like she's been riding the Magic Turtle off into the fucking... She's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
And from two 90s kids, Brittany, if you're listening, we hope you get better, sweetheart.
First time I ever jerked off was with a picture of you, so there you go.
Don't. Yeah, she's I hope that she can find peace from whatever she has going on.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm really upset about these kids testifying against Aunt Becky, and I wanted everybody to know that, okay? Now we're going to play a little game of how big it is.
Okay.
Old Bill Ramsey. How big was it? And I have a theory here.
I'm gonna go with the Bruce Banner Incredible Hulk situation. I think when he's Bill Ramsey, I think it's probably little, but when he's a werewolf and he's all fucking roided out, I think it's gigantic.
I'm gonna say in the human form, I'm gonna go with almost 10 inches.
Oh, okay.
Because I've seen his picture. This guy's fucked up. Like I'm honestly looks like it looks like someone took 2 potatoes and smashed them together. That's what this guy looks like. He's an ugly, and God
he's an ugly.
Blesses very ugly men.
That's true. It's always the guys that should never
with horse cocks
should never have sex. They're the ones that have the big cocks.
Yeah, he's like,
I don't know if you want to have sex with me because this thing right here. And you're like, oh my God.
It's a big old hanger.
Yeah, just a fucking uterus destroyer.
Right.
Hysterectomy hanging from his waist.
Right.
And God blesses the ugly guys with.
That's true.
And then chicks are like, why can't I have a good looking guy with, because God gives us little wieners.
That's why.
That's how that works. How about old Jack Smurf?
Jack Smurf.
I'm going to say an average 5 point.
I'm going to go with average with tiny balls.
5.2 is my guess.
He's got little marbles in his sack, though.
Yeah, he's potent. He got 4 daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not enough to push him over the edge for that boy. Kind of like me. So.
Or not enough to just try to get the fuck out of the house in the first instant. See, because it seemed like once they got out of the house,
they were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll tune in next week.
Yeah.
I have an idea of what I want to cover.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about it and see if Rob likes it too.
All right. I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah. He's going to like it a lot. So tune in next week. Thanks you guys for listening.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We're going to do a Blue Chew ad right now.
Okay.
Bye.